I personally think a lot of them can still get a lot of benefit from what I'm doing in terms of my mindset, because my mindset's always the number one thing that at the end of the day they were following for. And then secondly, it would be my food recipes that they were following for. So my food recipes are still there. I still love making those. And then the mindset is always going to be there. My mindset is so strong. And I was listening to something, it was, I think it might have been David Goggins actually. But he was saying that, like, when that alarm clock goes off at 4 a.m, no one actually wants to wake up. No one wants to go do this stuff. But the people that do, and it's only until you actually do the stuff, is when you can stop talking. Because a lot of people say, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But until you actually do it and back it up with evidence is when that basically means you've done it and you've proven to your mindset. But a lot of these people out here, they say they're going to do it today, tomorrow, whenever, but they're just talking. They're just talking and talking and talking. At the end of the day, it doesn't really mean anything if you're just talking and you're not putting the action. So I think that's where a lot of my followers can resonate to me, because they see me, I'm talking, but I'm putting in the work and I'm putting in the things behind it. So
do us a quick favor, guys. Hit the follow, subscribe button. Share this with someone who would benefit from it, and help us grow, as the more we grow, the better the episodes will get. Thanks, guys, for helping us, and let's get into the episode.
yes, guys, what is good? So today we are in the recording studio. Basically, this is in Soho House. They have a little podcast kind of episode room where you can film. So today we're going to be going over just a few things. I was supposed to have an episode with Nick this morning, but, you know, things happen in life, especially since it's been his rest day. I totally understand that. So I just thought I'd jump in here and kind of film a little 15-minute max kind of segment, little podcast episode. But yeah, how nice this set up, by the way. This is so nice. Nick is going to be here soon, by the way. Okay, I'll release it. I'll drop it. Nick will be on the next episode. We'll film one on Tuesday or something. But Nick is coming to the UK. I'm getting him over here. I'm flying him over, and he's going to be filming all my ultramarathon, not only the preparation, but also the training leading up. So he's getting here on the 9th of June. I've got the ultramarathon 100-kilometer run on the 15th of June. So he's going to be there to help me film all that. He's going to document it for me, and kind of film that all along with me, which will be super sick. And yeah, I just kind of thought, why not get Nick over? I could have paid probably like £1,000 for a videographer to do the video and take photos and those kind of things. And look, that's really expensive for a 100-kilometer ultramarathon. And I was thinking, right, I mean, Nick's really good at videography, and he's my best, like, he's a close mate. And we're doing the podcast business, live free, everything together. So I thought, why not get him out here and we can do work together? I also need him to give me a hand with some of my dad's work as well on his business, with some video editing and those kind of things. My dad needs a bit of hand with that. So I thought, yeah, it'd be brilliant just to get him over here and we can kind of go over some things. So that was good on that side. I've got a few things I kind of want to touch on today, which will be sick to go over. So the first one being obviously this studio. How sick is this? Can only record up to 15 minutes, which is a bit annoying. So I'm going to have to see if I can do more than like 2 or 3 recordings in one, kind of once it finishes, and then put them together. But we will see. I've got obviously my phone with voice memos on now, which should be recording. Yeah, it's recording here. And then, yeah, this should be all good. I've got a mic here, not a problem. And then these cameras looking decent quality as well. So I'm excited. We'll have Nick here soon in the other chair, and the studio will be kind of something we can use as long as obviously there's no one else using it in Soho House. And that's something else new. I've just got a membership to Soho House. I got accepted, I think it was 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, which was cool. So now I can come into London. I can come do my work. I'll probably come in like 3-4 times a week, most likely. They've got a gym here, a spa, sauna, everything as well, which is nice. So I can come here once I've done my run in the morning, probably come in with my sister. She works in London as well. So I'll probably come in with her, travel in with her, and then literally get the training, come in here, work all day, and then get back at home, and then I can go to the gym in between my work sessions. So that'll be pretty sick. And yeah, kind of going over as well what I'm doing in terms of myself. So at the moment, I've been really training really hard for this ultra marathon. I did a 30K yesterday, which felt really good. It was about 550 meters of elevation as well. So that was pretty similar to what the actual race is going to be. In terms of the race will be 1,500 meters of elevation. So if I do 3 times of what I did yesterday, that's 1,500 for a 30K plus a bit more, which will be less elevation as well. So that will be good. It was a good test yesterday and I flew through it. I felt so good. Don't even feel any pain today. Feel absolutely fine. And maybe a bit of knee pain. That's probably the only predominant thing. But apart from that, I feel brilliant, feel golden. And yeah, I've been training hard this week. Got about 100 kilometers in this week, over the entire week. And I'm feeling brilliant. I'm feeling so good. Going to be planning out the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, tapering down towards the 100 kilometer ultra. But I think I'll probably still keep it around 80 to 100% the next week leading up, which will be kind of 80 to 100 Ks. And then I'll slightly start to taper it down, try not to lose fitness obviously throughout it, but keeping some good sessions in for like hill sessions I need doing, because that'll help me in terms of kind of going up hills and those kind of things. So that's what I've been doing in terms of training. Business-wise, I've been feeling really good. Actually, going back to the training, I've been trying to bulk up as well, so put on more muscle, and I'm feeling like I've got more muscle now, which is good as well. Only thing, obviously, you put on a bit of fat when you go into muscle, trying to put on muscle, but at the same time, I'm not worried about that, to be honest. As long as I'm putting on muscle, I'm not really too much bothered about that, because I'm doing loads of running, I'm staying healthy. It's not like I'm putting on fat and sitting around all day. I'm not really bothered about that because I need to be getting calories in for my training anyway. So that is a really good thing for one. But yeah, kind of moving on to the business side, me and Nick have been working really hard on Live Free. So we have, which we'll speak about in the next episode with Nick, we have been kind of working on getting some clients on board. So Nick's been doing more of the behind the brand UI UX stuff, where I've been doing kind of the outreach towards clients, or even talent really, Nick was calling it in the Live Free YouTube video, which I agree it probably is more of a talent getting on board, if anything. So our first talent that we're getting on board is going to actually be sorry, I'm just having a talent actually message me now. But our first talent we're getting on board is going to be kind of a financial literacy person for one of the courses. So teaching people about financial literacy and explaining kind of the knowledge behind it. And that will be part of our MVP course. So we need 5 different courses for the MVP product to show to investors. So that's going to be a really good one that we can't wait to get filmed. Hopefully Nick can get that filmed before he comes over here. So it's going to have to be in the next kind of 2 weeks. So I need to plan out that course and then get the lady to film it with Nick whilst he's in Sydney, because she's from Sydney. So that'll be sick. But yeah, I've been working really hard on Live Free, professional diary filming, everything like that. Trying to transition is a big thing as well, since my content is no longer football. So trying to transition from football to me living kind of a hybrid lifestyle, entrepreneur kind of lifestyle, it's hard to do that, if I want to say, since a lot of the audience that I originally amassed was from football content. A lot of it was from my motivational football, my football journey. So
hey guys, I want to interrupt this episode, but yeah, gotta do what I gotta do. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment if you enjoyed it. If you want any, to give any feedback even, just leave that below. We're open to everything. Join the Patreon, guys. There's going to be a lot more stuff on there. We want to hear from you guys as well. We want to get you involved. If you want to be beta testers to the SCULPTED app, let me know. I can make that happen. Try and get involved at any level. What we're doing at Live Free, guys, make sure you check what we're doing there. Liam's got his own personal YouTube channel. He's always uploading. I've got my own personal YouTube channel that I've started uploading twice a month now. it's going to be cinematic like I am now, right? I've got the light above, got a cool camera. That's what I'm going to be working on, guys. So make sure you follow Livery Diaries, SCULPTED app. We're doing great stuff over there. Additionally, we want to grow this podcast, guys. And the only way we can do that is through your guys' help. So make sure you subscribe, listen to us on all audio platforms. We're everywhere. So make sure you interact with us. Make sure that you help us grow, because the only way that we can grow this podcast is through you. We'll get better guests. We've always had great guests from the get-go. We'll get even better guests on. Production value will go up. I've got my studio, but we need to get Liam his studio, and the only way we can do that is through monetizing this platform. So make sure you do that, guys. And I'll go back to the episode.
I personally think a lot of them can still get a lot of benefit from what I'm doing in terms of my mindset, because my mindset's always the number one thing that at the end of the day they were following for. And then secondly, it would be my food recipes that they were following for. So my food recipes are still there. I still love making those. And then the mindset is always going to be there. My mindset is so strong. And I was listening to something, and it was, I think it might have been David Goggins actually. But he was saying that, like, when that alarm clock goes off at 4 a.m., no one actually wants to wake up. No one wants to go do this stuff. But the people that do, and it's only until you actually do the stuff, is when you can stop talking. Because a lot of people say, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But until you actually do it and back it up with evidence is when that basically means you've done it and you've proven to your mindset. But a lot of these people out here, they say they're going to do it today, tomorrow, whenever, but they're just talking. They're just talking and talking and talking. At the end of the day, it doesn't really mean anything if you're just talking and you're not putting the action. So I think that's where a lot of my followers can resonate to me, because they see me, I'm talking, but I'm putting in the work and I'm putting in the things behind it. So yeah, that's kind of a little touch on that. But one thing, I don't know if it's, so for the people watching this, my username currently for my Instagram is The Professional Diary. I'm thinking, do I change my username to, I don't know, something like Liam Miller X, or, I mean, I tried to get Liam Miller, but someone has that name, or Liam, someone has that name. That would be quite cool if I just got Liam. But I was trying to change my username, or thinking about it, not trying to. I was thinking, do I just keep it as The Professional Diary? I think The Professional Diary is still cool, because it's still me living a professional life, my diary, all those kinds of things. So I was thinking, I think I maybe keep that, because I quite like it. But also, I'm thinking, if I change it to Liam, or Liam Miller, or Liam Jordan Miller, does that give me more of a personal brand as such? I don't know, because you've got two sides of it. You've got the professional diary, which is kind of, you can then branch off of that and create products out of it. It doesn't have to necessarily be your face. It can be called the professional diary. But if it is called Liam Miller, it has to be Liam Miller. It has to be me. So that's a bit of a hard one I'm trying to think about at the moment. If you guys have any opinions on that, please do feel free to leave them in the comments of the YouTube, or if you're listening on Spotify, then just DM me them on Instagram, Professional Diary, or leave them on the YouTube video for the SCULPTED podcast. But that's kind of that little topic I want to touch on. So this only has 4 minutes 46 seconds left. So that's how this is going to be a short pod. But something else I wanted to touch on. I will speak to Nick again. I want to touch all again on this in the next episode as well, just shortly, so I can update Nick. I'm sure he'll watch this video. Probably he's editing it right now, actually. But I put an offer. I put my first offer in on a house yesterday. So my first house. I went to view it. It was really awkward. It was not awkward. It was really like it meant to be, because I've been looking at houses the past 2-3 months, and then I stopped over the past 2 weeks or so, just because I've been so busy with other things. And I got the phone call out of the blue on Friday, saying this property had come back available. Now, and this property I had actually seen, it was a 1-bedroom, and I'd actually seen it previously, and I phoned them up to try view it, but they said they'd taken it off the market like the day before. So I was like, oh, okay, like, is what it is. Can't do anything about that. And then they phoned me up 3 weeks later saying, it's back on the market, the buyer's pulled out, this, that. And I was like, that's brilliant. So I went to view it the next day. Looks amazing. They hadn't had any offers on it, so I put in an offer on it. So I can't wait to see what they say tomorrow. They might probably wait to see if there's any offers else that comes in. But yeah, I just can't wait to see that. I said, obviously, I'm ready to go, ready to move in, ready to move on the purchase as soon as possible. So that was quite sick. But yeah, it's definitely a nice experience to be able to even know that I can afford a property, or put an offer in on a property, or be in that position. So that's quite sick, to be honest, and to think about, which is, it's an update in my life, but it's also something to show the hard work. Like, I'm only 18, I'm turning 19 in just over a month now, and like 5 weeks, and 19 put in a first property. And I think this is another topic that I wanted to touch on, was social media is portraying a world where everyone should be millionaires right now by the age of 18, 19. Like, you should be riding around in private jets, yachts, riding in your Lamborghinis in Dubai. Like, realistically, it's not like that. It's not like that. The top 1% of earners in London earn over £100,000. Like, that's the top 1%. And you see all this stuff on social media, and you're being called lazy if you're not earning £100,000 in a week. Like, it's crazy the way that social media is portraying the life of these people now. And people are striving. I had this conversation with my sister. People think it's not normal to be going to jobs and going into work, clocking in and out. And I said to her, I totally agree with that. But for me, I don't want that. I've seen the side of being able to work for myself and being able to live free. That's why we named it Live Free. Have a life of freedom, and be able to be employed by not only myself, but have the time freedom as well to do what I want when I want. So for me, that's a huge, huge, huge thing. And that would be the only thing I take away from social media, would be having the time freedom. I don't care about riding around on private jets, yachts, whatever. I just want to be able to do what I want when I want. And if that's work all day, that's work all day. And predominantly it is. I love to work. But if it's to go on a run for 24 hours, it is. So yeah, that's a big thing. But yeah, I've kind of touched on most of the topics. We've got 50 seconds left, but I've touched on most of the topics that I wanted to in this short 15-minute segment. But I'm going to touch on a few more very impactful ones when Nick is in the next episode. But if you do like this kind of studio, Nick's got a new studio, but if you like this studio, let me know, because I think I like it. Like, it sounds sick as well. Like, I can't hear myself echoing. It just dissipates, like, the audio. So I feel nice talking in this room as well. I can't wait to tell Nick Young. Either pass the mic, or I'm going to have to get another one. We will see. But that is this episode. Make sure you guys follow, like, and everything on the SCULPTED podcast, YouTube, Spotify, everything like that. It does help us out, and really means a lot. So I'll see you guys in the next one.